Hey, how's it going, man? Today I wanted to introduce you to the temple because I want to just break down and give you an idea of how divine oneness works because we're all part of a whole. And that's something that Albert Einstein said. So just follow me. I hope I can teach you something and I always let you leave here better than you came. Much love. Hey, what if I told you that everything in existence was connected? And I'm not speaking metaphorically, I'm not speaking physically, and I'm not even just speaking poetically. I'm speaking from the honest truth that everything is connected. Did you even know that the person that you may dislike or may not like is connected to you as well? That's what the law of divine oneness states. Divine oneness means that we are all connected to everything and nothing is separated. Albert Einstein had something that was truly unique. And Albert Einstein said that a human being is a part of the whole called by us universe, a part limited in time and space. He experiences himself, his thoughts, and his feelings as something separated from the rest, a kind of optical delusion of his consciousness. This delusion is a kind of prison for us, restricting us to our personal desires and to affection for a few persons nearest to us. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature in its beauty. Albert Einstein. Everything in existence is connected, not metaphorically, not physically, and not poetically. But our mental, our spirit, just the smallest thoughts that we think are connected in ways that we can't even imagine. And today in this video, I'm fixing to show you how. I'm fixing to give you a full breakdown about the universal law of divine oneness. So stay tuned. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't, because your subscription is going to help me get all of the message out to the masses. Stay tuned. This is why scientists call something the butterfly effect. Even though something seems so light and so sweet, as if it's not capable of doing anything. Just like your thoughts and your actions can affect the other side of the world. That's the butterfly effect. The butterfly's wings do not move alone. Every flap interacts with the atmosphere. Every small movement becomes part of a larger field. A butterfly can be flapping its wings across on the other side of the world, and just the simple act of it flapping its wings resonates with the atmosphere and creates ripples. And it can create a tornado on the other side of the world in Texas. That's how powerful the butterfly effect is. That's how powerful you are with your thoughts and your actions. They resonate with this one whole world. Now, next, also, I want you to look at a beehive. Thousands of bees all moving independently, yet somehow function as one intelligence. No bee sees the whole blueprint, yet the hive builds perfectly. Why? Because the hive is operating through one collective mind. It's not a whole bunch of different bees that are moving independently. Because if it was a whole bunch of bees that were moving independently, how would they ever be able to maintain the hive and keep producing all of the lovely honey that you love to consume? If honey is your thing, honey may not be your thing, but you get the point that I'm acting at. They have that hive mind. And if you pay attention to a lot of things in life, you'll realize that it's a lot of times that we're operating off of one mind, but it doesn't even register to it because we're blind to the law. And that's what I'm doing here today is I'm delivering the law of divine oneness so you understand how you are a part of a whole. You are not separate from nothing. I don't care how you feel. There's no way to escape any universal law, especially this one, which is number one. You're part of one divine project. One. You may think that you're independent, but you're just an individual part of a whole. Kind of like if you cut a pie, that pie piece that you cut is still part of the whole pie. If you cut a piece from a cherry pie, apple pie, whatever your flavor is, it's still going to be a cherry pie or an apple pie. You just have a slice. That's no different. It doesn't matter if a human is here in America, if a human is in China, if a human is in Russia, whatever the case may be, you're still humans, all part of the earth in the way that the earth operates. And it's foolish to look at yourself as anything different. Now look at football or basketball. Football, you have 11 players out there on the field. All of them are moving as one mind. The quarterback is sitting back calling the shots while the receivers and the running backs are running their routes. The linemen are protected. If one individual decides to move or operate at his own will instead of in accordance with the play, which everybody knows what the play is, everybody that's out there on the field knows what the play is. Let me get that correct. And then they start moving in sequence. That way they can get to a touchdown. But the thing, that's exactly how your life is. You have to move in sequence with the way certain systems are going. That way you can get to the touchdown, meaning the touchdown be your goal, whatever your goal may be. That's your choice. But the thing is that you have to find like-minded people, divine oneness, in order to move to the situation. Now I give you an example. Some of you people think that you're independent, like I don't need nobody else. I'm my own team. But whenever you have a mind frame to go get something or collect something from somebody, it's somebody out in the world on the opposite end that has the mind frame to give you something, to sell you something. You're looking to buy, they're looking to sell. That's the way that the world works. But at the same time, both of y'all have y'all's mind coming together for the product that's needed. So you have to pay attention to that real close. And it doesn't matter where you go in the world, you need somebody else. I promise you. And then even if, let's say, you ran out of people, you're going to need something else to survive. Something else that is living and breathing. It doesn't matter if it's a plant. You need something else that's operating off of the same elements that you are operating off of. That's the depth of divine mind, divine oneness. But back to the original analogy at topic, whenever you're looking and you're watching sports or whatever, pay attention to how everybody moves with one mind. That's the beauty of all sports. Yes, we like individual players, some of us do, but the whole thing that makes it exciting is how the team moves gracefully to accomplish one goal, because it takes the whole team to do this. Okay, as always, I'm going to leave you better than you came. So I'm fixing to show you how you work with the butterfly effect. You as an individual separated from everybody else, this is how you work. But first, you need to know about the Bernoulli's principle. The Bernoulli's principle states that when air moves faster, pressure drops. But this is the formula right here for the Bernoulli's principle. But we're not fixing to go into algebra and all of that unless you're trying to learn how to fly a plane and, do other things. You can look and figure that out on your own. I'm finna just give you the basic breakdown to understand how you work as a human being and the human powers that you have hidden within you. So just pay attention closely. So first I'm going to give you the brain balance. That's the most important thing, is brain balance. Let me write it on the board for you. Okay, you got brain balance. It's common sense, balancing your brain. But how do you balance your brain? You balance your brain by understanding that you have two hemispheres in your brain. You got the left hemisphere and you have the right hemisphere of the brain. So this is your left hemisphere. And next, this is your right hemisphere. Now the key is with your left hemisphere is that your left hemisphere is your left hemisphere in your brain, that's what gives you logic, focus, order. So you got logic, focus, and order. That's your left hemisphere of your brain. Over here on the right hemisphere, it gets a little bit different. You got creativity, intuition, and imagination. So, informally, that's really known as the masculine and the feminine, but that's another topic for a later date. But as for right now, I just want you to understand this right here being an example of your brain. Right here, you have the left hemisphere. That's logic, focus, and order. Right here, you have the right hemisphere of your brain. That's creativity, intuition, and imagination. Now, this is the thing whenever it comes to the butterfly effect. This is the beautiful part right here. This is how the magic happens in collaboration with the butterfly. So, now you got the beautiful butterfly, right? We could just say it's a butterfly. This is just a quick example. So, in this butterfly right here, what happens is it operates just like it operates just like your brain. Butterflies operate just like your brain does. So that's the reason why it's really called the butterfly effect. Because what's happening right here is this wing right here is flapping. That's the equivalent of your logic, focus, and order. It's operating. Your logic, focus, and order is operating. Then at the same time, this right here is flapping. This right here, excuse me, let me get on this side, please. This right here, that's your creativity, intuition, and imagination. So what's happening whenever all of this is taking place? When all of this is taking place, a formula is created. And this is that formula. You got left plus right plus balance that is going to equal alignment. That's going to equal alignment. So the thing is that whenever both of these are working together, right here and flapping at the same time with balance, whenever your logic, focus, order, creativity, and intuition and imagination, when all of those are moving in balance and in synchronization, that creates alignment. You get alignment with that. So you have to keep your logic and your intuition together. You have to keep your focus and your creativity together. You have to keep your order and your imagination together. Then what happens is you float through life like a butterfly and everything just falls into play. That's the power that you have as a human being. That's the basis of the butterfly effect. Now hold on, because I'm fixing to give you something else. That way you understand how you as an individual are running around with this butterfly effect and it's affecting the world. Just like I gave you that video whenever you have the woman with the butterfly all on her hand and the thing happening in Texas, you seen it. But anyways, I'm fixing to show you how it works in accordance with you. So hang tight. So now we're back to the drawing board for this second part. So let's say you're the butterfly, right? Boom. You're the butterfly. Now let's put wings on your brain real quick. This is just resembling your brain. Okay. Now you flap your wings. You're going to flap your wings. What happens next? You create an effect, a ripple effect, kind of like whenever a drop of water, when a drop of water enters into a puddle or something. You create a ripple effect. Now, this ripple effect, you can't see it. You can't see it unless you're highly, highly gifted. But you can know what you're doing. So this ripple effect, it goes out into everything that you know. So boom. You're creating a ripple effect out here. Now what happens is your ripple effect starts making the connections necessary. So let's swing it back around. Full circle. This ripple effect is creating everything outside of you. So you're getting all of these reactions from different things happening in your life. All of these different branches right here. Then what happens is what you're doing overall is basically just changing the world as we speak. It's changing the world. I mean, that's not the most best drawing of the world, but I'm just trying to give it to you basically so you understand. So you got the balance right here. This is the thing. You got the balance. If you have the balance and you're moving in harmony, every ripple that you throw out right here creates a ripple out into the world. This is where you get your connections. Kind of like if you're trying to get a new job or if you're trying to build a business. Whenever you're moving off of your thoughts and your logic and your creativity and your imagination and your intuition and everything is structured, what happens is you're moving and you're creating ripples in the world, ripples you can't see. But they're going out, boom, and then you're getting all of these different connections right here. You get multiple connections because you're trying to accomplish something, because you're floating through life. You're floating through life. And then what happens is that starts creating your world. This starts creating the world that you live in, all based off of you and applying this butterfly effect formula. You see what I'm saying? That's all based off of you and applying this butterfly effect formula. And that's divine oneness. You got the earth and you got you. And then everything just keeps going. So now just imagine right here, everybody doing all of this together. You can't even, it'll blow your mind to think about everybody moving based off of the butterfly effect. But this is really how you operate. Like, this isn't no sugarcoating or nothing like that. Like, this is wholeheartedly how you're operating and how you're moving. So the key is you got to learn to have that balance and that alignment. That way you're moving in harmony. Left hemisphere, right hemisphere, left hemisphere, right hemisphere. Future note, masculine, masculine, feminine. It doesn't have nothing to do with physical gender. Anything that I tell you about, you can't even perceive it with the mind unless you're on a higher level, because I'm always talking to your spiritual mind. But before I go, what I do want to do is I want to leave you with this three-dimensional video. That way you get a better understanding of what I'm saying whenever you walk through life and you're building yourself and building your structure. Because at the end of this video, you're going to know the butterfly effect fully, and you're going to understand divine oneness, because everything is one. Everything is one. Everything is you pushed out. Whatever you do, it's you pushed out. Now, overall, I hope you enjoyed this video and you like everything that you see here. Now you're familiar with divine oneness and the butterfly effect. Just continue to move in harmony, whatever you do. Move in harmony in an alignment with yourself, because an individual movement will always create a universal connection. And then that makes a collective ripple. So first you have the butterfly effect. Then you got the divine oneness. Then you got the integration. Once you get all of that combined, you understand and you start creating your life, because life is really, really easy. Life is real, real easy, I promise you. Stay blessed by the best. Much love. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Also, you can email me down there if you click the link below. I have a lot of things that I do. I'm a very creative person, and I appreciate you watching. Continue to have more, continue to look forward to seeing more videos.